Okay.
Oh, my Western Stars. I set up for the login shit. So I'm gonna grab truck, go over, get the either the blocks or the beams. They're right before you get to the Drummond Island exits.
Yeah, cause here we need. I can't look at that quest because I'm not in the right fucking zone. Yeah, we need box and metal beams, right? And the box we can get at the house on the way there. Beams over there, remember right?
Yeah, they were kind
Drummond
of off to the
Island
side.
and both. Yeah, your people does. I was grabbing a or grabbing a truck, a fuel carrier, them over there so I could finish putting the area, picking up gates and whatnot. We're already going down there to get that other.
Make sure that the fucking sound settings are where they need to be. Yeah, nope, that's on ripped. I did that the other day.
So I played an entire game where nobody could hear me, just the other people.
Mm.
Uh, and away we go. Fuck you, road cones. And fuck you, road cones. I guess my only question now is, do we want to move on once we got the main things done, or do we want to stick around and get all the piddly little side missions done up first?
I'd most say just get the main ones done. I'm not overly concerned with most of the side ones. They don't do as much.
I do believe there's an
In terms
achievement to get all the fucking extra missions done, though.
of, we should have had them done in this one already.
I think there was still one or two that we hadn't completed for side missions. Whoa. Calm down there, truck. Wish I had some radio music to listen to or something.
Yeah.
Normally I just listen to YouTube, but with doing the stream, you gotta be careful with the copyright shit.
Yeah.
I tried that once, and I lost about half of my audio. So unless you were actively watching it while I streamed, when I first went back to rewatch that one to see what it was like having the music going, and it's like, yeah, no, this isn't too bad, and then it hit a copyright song and just lost all audio. What the fuck? So I dug into it a little bit, and then it actually showed on the video where it cut the audio for copyright. It's like, oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Although I did find somebody who posts their music on YouTube who said that you can use his music if you're streaming for free, as long as you put a credit somewhere on the screen that it's his music.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about using his stuff, but it's kind of more of a niche.
Yeah.
Great background music, though. It's got no vocals to it, or if there is vocals, it's not actual words. But I first came across him back when I was in the Army. He did a lot of Celtic style music at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of branched out since then, but it's all still centered around more instrumental music like that.
Yeah.
Alright. So what do you want me to get? The metal beams or the concrete blocks?
Oh, I thought you were both of them.
No, I was only bringing my truck, so I can only carry one of the two.
Okay. Well, then I'll just grab one of the trailers over there that has beams, I guess, because I have a fully loaded trailer right now.
Oh, what are you bringing over?
My pickup and a fuel carrier.
Ah.
Because I'm bringing the A&K. So why don't you grab the blocks, and when I first get over there, I'll hook this up to one of the trailers in that west, and it'll be fairly easy to get to. We'll bring over there. Or I suppose I just grab another trailer and tow it behind. Or actually, if you're there getting that, there's a trailer right over there by it. Just to the south of the warehouse.
Yeah.
Like I say, I bring my A&K so I could help move some of the stuff around, because having the car recovery one on the bed of the truck, I couldn't hook up to a trailer.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the fuel carrier as well as the pickup, so I'll refuel this thing.
Oh, we don't want that. That's the flatbed, that's the sideboard. Well, they're not that much different inside. Might as well go with the sideboard.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with the fuel carrier. So I'm down to 7 gallons.
Yeah. Yeah, just follow this road, it'll take us right there. Got it.
Basically,
Because my path's still set for trying to get that other thing to the port. I
yeah.
didn't want to take that down just so I could get to here, but go, baby, go. Gently down the hill we go. Cutscene.
Yeah.
Except I'm seeing a problem here.
Hmm.
That trailer that you and I worked so hard to drag over here,
Mm-hmm.
it's gone. As is the container.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
I have another problem.
What's that?
So I ran over a handful of signs,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them is stuck in my truck, and it's acting like it's like actually impaled through my truck and into the ground. I can't move. Like I can move little bits, and that's it.
Alright, give me a sec. So where are you at? Back up at the trailer.
Yeah, back at that fucking crossroads. There we go. I think I got it out this time. I just had to winch my truck up against some shit to get it
Let loose.
flipped. Ah, yay! I'm free. No, there's just a sign floating in the air. Like, it was fine. The sign stuck to and through the truck weren't affecting me until I hit the mud and sunk. And then it's like they reconnected to the ground through the fucking truck.
I remember right, there was a part down there on the beach. I'm not 100% certain. So, yep. I guess about the best way to deal with this would be to recover my P12 and just go get this shit again. Which fucking sucks!
Well, if you bring the P12 back down here, you should be able to just backtrack over there versus recovering, because it'll actually be faster going from here over to it than it will be to go from the closest garage.
Yeah, but I was kind of thinking about taking the crane off because it's so big, it's kind of irritating.
Yeah.
Or swapping vehicles altogether and driving something else that maybe I could drive an actual semi-trailer with
Yeah.
instead of that pole behind that you had picked up.
Yeah, that was just all that was there, really.
Right. This one, track.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, it's so annoying. Shut up, phone. Wrong thing. There we go. Recover. Nice to have the crane, but
Yeah, it was necessary for what we were doing at the time.
what do I have for trucks in storage? My Tatra. Oh, let's go with that. I haven't used Tatra in a bit.
I've only used it a couple times. I don't even have the little one anymore. I got rid of the little one.
Yeah, you don't seem to care for it as much as I do. I can only put a high saddle on this.
I mean, the little one has its place, but so much of the stuff that we do in here just requires so much more than it's capable of, especially with all the more upgrades we have for it at the time.
I just like using it for a scout truck.
Yeah.
Unless I'm going somewhere where I'm really likely to get tipped over, then a regular scout truck's nice because it has the autonomous winch. So you can at least attempt to pull yourself back over.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I found that Tatra seems to work better for doing a lot more of that off-road exploring shit. I don't want to use the high saddle though, because None of the flatbeds for it are even remotely short. Fuck it. I'll go get one of my fucking Western Stars. Let's see. First we have to detach trailer. Wrong button, there we go. Down here. Low saddle, install. And Island Lake. That one is not a fun one to get to. Takes a slightly longer route. Really wish you could widen your field of view further for the end cap.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I'm driving my actual semi, I may not be able to see exactly what's in the mirrors through my periphery, but I can see the fucking mirrors.
Ooh, that shortcut barely panned out, but it did.
Too wide. Oh, made it.
I had to thread the gap between 3 trees that there's basically no way in hell I should have actually fit through.
Yeah.
A little wiggle here, a little squeeze in there, and I made it.
Turn the corner. Do. You know, I like how the game tries to be realistic, but at the same time, you wind up being able to do a lot of shit that you wouldn't actually be able to do.
Yeah, but then again, there's a lot of things also in this game that wouldn't be as bad as the game makes them seem to be.
Yeah.
Like this particular scout truck, for example, having the big engine and big old fucking swampers like this truck would actually be better than one of the trucks I owned in the past
Yeah.
for this type of thing. And mine in 2-wheel drive went through mud over the fucking axles.
Yeah.
This truck in 4-wheel drive fucking low lock just spins and spins and spins. I mean, it does still go through it, it just takes it for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And this truck is supposed to be, you know, specifically geared for this shit. Now, the semis and shit like that go through a lot more than most of them would be able to do in real life.
Yeah.
But I think their
Especially-
pickups, their scout trucks specifically, are
Yeah.
a little underrated in here.
Scout trucks are underrated in the semis, particularly the early portions where you only have like all-terrain tires and shit.
Yeah, they're way overdone. Like overpowered, whatever,
Yeah.
compared to real life. I mean, yeah, the all-wheel drive would help some and blah, 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 blah once you get that shit unlocked, but just what they should actually be capable of going through versus what the game has them capable of going through is ridiculous. Now, that A&K that I have, that is fairly realistic, being the deuce and a half.
Yeah.
Because the deuce and a halves can go through a fucking lot.
They're nigh unstoppable unless you hit fucking multiple brick walls in a row.
Yeah. Savannah's not happy with her loaner vehicle.
Yeah.
Her ex-husband keyed her truck, so it's in getting repainted this weekend.
Oh, fun.
And so they gave her a loaner, which is a shitty little fucking Dodge Nitro.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a crossbreed between a old square-ish minivan and an SUV.
So, from what I know for Dodges, it'd be like a remake of their fucking Avenger in more of an SUV style.
Yeah, basically. Like it's a fucking shoebox on wheels. Looks like one of those stupid fucking the damn Kia thing that the hamsters were always fucking driving around in on commercials.
Yeah.
If you ever saw those, it looks something like that. Like it's fucking stupid.
I knew somebody who actually wanted one of those. The Kia things. I was like, why would you want that? It's so, like...
god awful.
Yeah. Like, to me, it didn't look like it had, you know, its own personality. It looked more like a kid's drawing brought to life.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it just... Granted, to me, nothing has been super exciting looks-wise since, like, the 70s or 80s, but...
80 square box for trucks and...
Yeah.
Late 60s, some early 70s for cars.
Yeah. After that, the things just went to shit. They're getting back to where they're not terrible for some of them.
Yeah.
But
like, I will admit, I did like the Dodge Avengers when they first came back.
Yeah, once again, they weren't terrible. I mean, they're not super special, but they're not terrible. Same thing with like the Challengers when they first came back with the Challengers.
Yeah.
And the first generation of remade Chargers. Like even the one that I'm picking up tomorrow, I wasn't super impressed with the looks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not god awful by any means, but it's not like a 68 fucking Charger or a 70 Charger.
Yeah, it's not one of those that you look at and you think old school Charger.
Yeah.
You know, they've been around long enough now, you look at it and go, oh, Charger, but...
Yeah.
Even the first ones that came out, you know, it's like, ooh, yeah, they're bringing out the Charger again, and then you looked at it and you're like...
Oh.
That's the Charger? Like,
Yep.
Nothing from the original car except the name.
Yeah, and they made it a fucking four-door, which still, that irritates me more than anything. The Charger is not a fucking four-door car. It's supposed to be a big-ass, long fucking two-door. The Challenger, I at least think they kept it decent compared to its original. Like, they kept a lot of the same body lines.
Yeah, you know,
things like that. They actually made it...
They tried to take the original and
one.
modernize it.
Yeah, and that is the only one of any of the car companies that they did that to. They said they tried to do it with the Mustang, but the Mustangs look absolutely nothing like the older ones.
But
Well,
the
I
Mustang
can't
never
exactly
really
say
quit
that.
being made,
Right.
so they at least still have a natural kind of progression all the way through. But when you quit
but I
making
guess
a car back in the 60s and 70s, and they have an iconic look now because they quit being made back then,
yeah.
when you say you're going to come back out with it, you kind of expect it to have some of that original characteristic to it.
Yeah. And not even fucking remotely. The one that I'm picking up, I'm glad the guy at least did a little bit of work to it to make it a little more sporty-ish looking.
Yeah.
Granted, it's the SRT8, so it was the sportiest version they made of it anyway at that time.
Right.
But this guy added a few extra details. He added louvers to the back and a few other things that make it look a little bit better.
Yeah. Otherwise, you know what car I'd really like to get back?
Huh.
My old 82 Buick LeSabre.
Yeah, because the LeSabre, the Regal, the Cutlass. I'm trying to remember what other one. I think it was the Monte Carlo at the time. All looked a lot alike. And they actually had, like, despite the time frame they were in, like, they actually looked pretty sweet. They still had that aggressive, gruff body line to them. The like stoutness of stance kind of thing.
Yeah. I just liked it because it was big, boxy, and fucking comfortable as hell to drive.
Yeah, which is partially because they kept the big block design and they kept them looking and feeling stout like the originals did. But in terms of LeSabres, you can't get much classier than the early 60s. Like, there was just something about those. They look like most people would think of old granny cars, but they kept the high-end motors that you came to expect from, like, their Wildcat line.
Oh, really? I need to fucking lift this thing up onto the trailer.
Oh, great. Looks like another Bridget. Okay.
This mission's really starting to irritate me.
Which one?
They're drilling equipment to the port.
Oh.
Because our shit disappeared. And now I went back to the easier spot to go get it. Instead of going to the abandoned drilling sites.
Oh, you don't have to go to the abandoned drilling sites. You have to go to that warehouse.
Well, for my information info, you can go to any of it. Either the drilling sites or the warehouse. So I went to the warehouse because it's the closest and easiest one to get to without going way out of route.
Yeah.
But it doesn't just auto put it on the trailer. You have to bring a crane and put it on the trailer yourself.
Well, we didn't have to do that.
Yeah, that's why I'm fucking confused because it's just sitting there.
Oh, okay. There's two different ways to do it. I'm guessing you actually had it loaded onto the crane platform. So if you go back into that menu, like open up the cargo menu.
I didn't
the
get to a
bottom.
cargo menu. I literally showed up and it's already sitting on the ground. And I don't see the spot for cargo menu.
Then that means that no. What the fuck?
Nah, I'm confused as hell.
So the spot to load it should be behind where you are. Right where that curve to go around the place where you're parked is. Yeah, basically right in front of you right now, right over there should be where you can get it.
Nope.
Yeah, now that I'm clicking on the warehouse, it's not giving me the option of getting the drilling equipment.
I wonder.
Hey, just reset the mission.
That's what I did. Restart. Yes. Nope. Still sitting there.
Maybe it's because I was on it. Maybe try it now when I'm not on it. Or maybe it's because you're sitting right next to it, too. I don't know.
No, because I've had shit disappear off my trailer when I accidentally restarted.
Yeah. I don't know. All I did was pull up there, and there was a little box thing, and I activated the cargo management from the box, and it gave me the option to select drilling equipment, and it put it on the trailer, and...
Yeah. Again, why I'm so fucking confused is just sitting on the ground over there.
Actually, no. You did that part of it entirely yourself. I delivered the last of the other things, I thought, and... Or did I... No, I kept flipping over and ran out of fuel and got stuck, so you had to transport it. That's what it was.
Yeah, because you initially started it, and then you got stuck, and I couldn't skull drag you out with the crane because they suck.
Yeah.
So you reset, and I flipped the trailer and got the cargo back on it.
Yeah, and yeah, that one auto-loaded itself onto the trailer, so when I first did it. See, I don't know why you're having the trouble.
Whoa! That hurt. So now the question is, do I just bring the crane over? Or do I attempt to go to one of the other spots and hope it'll auto-load?
The other spots I know auto-load.
Well, they did for the previous mission.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Now the question is, which would be the least out-of-the-way one to go to? Because unfortunately, none of them actually follow all the way through on their old roads. Fuck it, we'll go to the very first one, because then if it's the same, I might as well just bring it back to the warehouse. And that'll be a lot closer to come back to the warehouse than the other one is. So what'd you think of the wind we had today?
Holy shit, it was like a fucking sandblaster out there. Dear God.
Yep.
Geoff showed up partway through the day and came out and chatted and walked around, and I showed him some of the things that I'd put on my CapEx and a few things like that. And yeah, the whole time we were fucking outside, it was like we're in a goddamn sandblaster.
Yeah, the place I was unloading at, that Poet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Poet Gallery.
They
I think
have.
that's where they had you going.
Yep. So they've got a spot inside, right next to the pits, where they drop off the powdered corn, as I call it.
Mm-hmm.
And
DDGs is what they're called, but yeah.
And the fucking wind was blowing through so bad because the doors wouldn't close that it was very much like what you were describing. It just felt like you're standing in a goddamn sandblaster.
Yeah, like it. Ugh.
Glad I had my winter coat with my hood on it, though. I was at least able to turn that up to the wind and keep it from blasting my face the whole time.
Mm-hmm. That way, yeah. Well, I'm almost to your P16.
Yeah?
Though having to go these roundabout ways because there's 2 more bridges that are out has definitely slowed me down.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of mud holes, some dangerous water. Like it was over the roof, but I made it through it.
So it's a
Thank you,
snorkel floor,
autonomous
isn't it?
winch. Yeah, I don't have that tall of a fucking snorkel on this truck.
You know, I had thought about making an extendable fucking snorkel way back in the day when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I had watched the movie, what was it, Dante's Peak?
Yep.
And they got that spot where they're going through the river or whatever. And he makes the comment about, you know, the motor won't die because the snorkel's up there, so as long as the water's not above it. I was like, I wonder if we could make one that extends. That way you could completely submerge the thing and be able to keep going.
Well, what they don't tell you in those is how much other waterproofing you have to do to a vehicle to make that actually fucking work.
Yeah.
Especially depending upon the age of the vehicle. Modern ones is nowhere near as bad, but you have to seal the fuel tank too.
Yep.
Most people don't realize that because of the vents.
But as I got older, I figured, you know, it's just easier to make one that floats on the water. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
So going to the old drilling site did allow me to auto load the thing instead of having to bring the crane, so that's nice.
Okay.
Now I just gotta hope I can get to one of your fucking random fuel trailers before I run out. And hopefully not get stuck on these same bridges you got stuck on.
Yeah. That was definitely a fucking issue. Okay, so I gotta go there to get to that. And then I have one more fucking tower to get, and it's right by the entrance of where you're coming in. And there was that one upgrade on the beach right by where your fucking Fleet Star is. Which I'll just take the A and K down there when I'm done here and get it. I thought there was one more upgrade here, but I'm not seeing it yet. I might see it once I hit that other.
Yay! I managed to skull drag the trailer up onto that second bridge.
Yeah, I just, with what I had, I could not make that corner. I tried it as wide as I could, but
I had to do a 3-point.
well, you also have an actual semi-trailer, not
Yeah,
the fucking dollied trailer, which is where the issue came in.
and that's why I specifically wanted to bring a semi-trailer.
Oh, I wanted the semi-trailer, but
Yay, fuel carrier! Come here, you beautiful, beautiful thing. And gimme, 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 gimme. Go back to my in-cab view. And despite its lower stance, I am glad I went with the Western Star so I could run the low saddle and get the smaller semi-trailer.
yeah.
Those heavy-duty ones are just way too fucking big.
Yeah, they're either way too big, or they're way too low, or they're way too wide. Like, they're too big in one way, shape, or form.
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice having that super heavy trailer and being able to carry 8 things at once, but
I really expected that trailer to reset itself.
it's such a son of a bitch to get around. Yay, P16.
So remember that semi-trailer on the main drag that went all wonky on ya?
Yep.
It's still wonky. Get this to the port, then I can recover that P16. I actually like using that for my logging truck.
Oh yeah, I do too. Okay, so now I got to go to you.
Mainly because it's not near as long as the P12 is when you're trying to haul those long logs.
Yeah.
Like, that's my issue with a lot of the trucks in this game. The semi
Yeah,
trucks.
they like all seem to have extended fucking frames for some reason.
Yeah. Like, okay, some of them that were maybe full-size semis and then they had a cab taken off, or the bunk taken off, I could understand. Like this Western Star, it's an old enough truck, you know, that probably didn't have a sleeper on it.
Yeah.
My frame's so goddamn long. I understand some of it's for the gameplay, because they want everything to be able to put at least a flatbed size shit on it, which is a 2-slot thing.
Yeah.
So it's got to be big enough for that, but still, it's like, why can't we have more shit like the P16 where, hey, you know, you're strictly just going to use this one as a semi? You know, you're not going to use it as a straight truck.
Okay, so a new engine for the A&K Mark 38 Civilian, the Pacific P12, the Dairy Longhorn 3194, the Pacific P512 PF, the A&K Mark 38, and the Pacific P16.
Nice. Quit damaging my suspension. Do you have anything with repair parts over there?
There's a repair trailer. So as you're coming across, once you get across the river onto that north chunk,
Okay.
and you start going up to where I have my ramp trailer and scout fuel carrier parked, there's a service trailer on the left-hand side of the road.
My suspension is about half done in.
Yeah.
Granted, some of that's because I've been ramrodding through because I just want to get this fucking mission done with. Alright, so back up and go there. Follow this through. Yeah, we come down here, jump across there. This way, then this way. That's where the service trailer is.
Do you have any open room on your trailer?
I have a 1 slot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That thing says 4.
Yep.
I say, because otherwise you could actually take roads all the way around and hit the fuel station if you needed it. We just need 4 wooden planks to build the other 2 bridges.
Mm. Yeah, nope, don't have that much room. I go straight?
I don't have anything over here with a high saddle. You don't have anything over here with the high saddle, so I'm gonna have to bring something back.
Are you getting ready for that last part of the mission where you gotta take that, whatever it is, back to the first place?
Well, okay, after you finish the mission that you're on, delivering that, the next one, we have to take a construction rig semi-trailer from here back to Smithville. And then we have to take 2 metal beams and an oil rig drill back to Smithville. And doing that will unlock the last of the first set of missions.
Yep.
The pesky forwarding ones, that'll unlock the last of those. But we basically are gonna have to come back here with something with a high saddle to get that construction trailer, and that's the one that was the big motherfucker.
Yep, the big bitch.
Trying to take it back on all those goddamn curves and everything else.
Where I had to keep skull dragging the trailer off to the side because the trailer's way too big for where they want you to actually take it.
Yep. Yeah, like there's literally physically no good way to get it back, and it is too much for, like, I don't know how anybody ever passed this solo.
Sheer determination.
I guess. Having to run 2 fucking trucks solo, just jumping back and forth between them, kind of thing, is basically how they would have had to have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I remember right, didn't we have the fucking super crane mod on, and that was kind of how you were doing it?
No, I was using my regular winch, but we did have the super crane mod.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
I was either just skull dragging it to the side or just bumping into your ass to shove you.
Shove it, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I just remember it was a real pain in the ass.
Did I miss my corner? Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Bitch.
And then, yeah, that repair trailer will be, once you turn that corner, it'll be just up ahead on the left. You should see it as you're driving by. Okay, I'm going to start recovering my trucks from here. I guess I don't know if you want to work on the wood ones first. The logging ones before we work on towing that big bastard back.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I'm trying to do this all in cab, so it was a little harder to see where my next thing was, my next marker.
Yeah. Alright, recovered both my vehicles. Retained both of them. I will go to Black River and do
It must be a mission
the
trailer.
timber. What?
A service trailer won't let me access it.
No. Yeah, it probably is then. Okay, so 6 medium logs. 2 medium logs.
Come on, Betsy. You can do it. It'd be really cool to see as a mod in this game. The new Edison Motors electric semi.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because it still technically uses fuel. It's just, instead of having a drivetrain off a motor, you've got electric driven axles. So then your motor is burning the same amount of fuel the whole time.
Oh shit. Hauling the logs, don't we have to have a fucking crane? They don't auto load.
No, you can auto load. It's on hard mode. They don't crane, or you have to have the crane.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yep.
I couldn't remember.
Woo!
Gotta get up to rank 13 to get my all-wheel drive for that bastard. Okay.
Oh, fucking come on.
This guy can't have a medium fucking platform on him? Does that make sense? Hey, the P16 can be more than a fucking log carrier now.
Can it?
You can put a high saddle on it.
I think I remember that. I think there was always an option with it.
Yes, I don't know about that, but
right. It's only got the one set of tires. But they're excellent for off-road and mud, so... Give me better power to weight and durability and not add to fuel consumption, so we will put that on. There it is.
One thing that does annoy me a little bit about this though is like your winches. So like you're towing a vehicle. If you're only using one of the vehicle's winches, you should be able to activate another winch to help, pull the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Like if you use the back vehicle's winch to hook up to the front vehicle, you should be able to use the front vehicle's winch to pull yourself out.
Yep.
But no, they count it as if you're hooked up to one, you're using both of their winches together.
Yep. Alright, let's see. Bring this up.
They also should give you an option of super singles.
Yeah. You said you're working on the wood log deliveries.
Yeah, timber for the locals in Black River. I went back here. I'm just going to try and knock out this one quick. I'm going to do all the medium log first, and then I'll come back and start working on long logs. I can get both of them done in 2 trips, but
That's right. This
2
place
trips
only
each,
does
I should
long
say. 2
logs.
trips for mediums, 2 trips for the large ones, but
you get long logs again? Was that in Black River?
You can get them in Black River, or you can get them one other place. I don't remember which other place does long logs. Island Lake, I think.
Nope. Island Lake's only mediums. So the only place to get longs is in Black River.
There's a second place to get longs. I don't remember where it is, but there is a second place. I know that.
So it'd mean the only other place. No, I was just checking this, wasn't I? Unless we have to unlock it. Because in Drummond, there's no place to get logs. And Smithville and Island Lake are only mediums.
You must unlock it. Pretty sure there was a second. No, Williams and wood planks. There might be another one stored by that water. We still got to get star steer from that I forgot to set that last one that we didn't get. But maybe there is only the one that does long logs. I'd swear there was another one though. Well, according to this, you can get logs in Drummond Island.
Mediums.
Long log. Drummond Island Station logs. Clear to the. You have to have the mission to see it. Didn't get that area unlock its speed.
I'm looking where I think it is. Just because it looks like
So,
all the other logging stations, but
yeah,
I
port
can't
local
click on it.
rangers. One of them to the left. The gateway lake is over to the left. Right over there. I have selected that long log actually tracking it, showing up.
Okay.
So yeah, they're long logs in.
You said you're doing timber for the locals?
Yeah.
Mediums, too long.
I'm doing the medium log portion of it right now, I guess. I figured I'd do the long log portion last, and then after I get done with the long logs portion, I'll go back, grab another set of long logs, and run them over. You know what? I remember why we hand grained them on now.
Because you could do multiple loads.
Yeah, because you could put a shit ton of them on once, and you'd have to unload them when you got to the place manually.
So if I remember right, it was
yeah.
3 logs made a load. But you could put more than that on there, and it would still classify it as the 1 load. And then, yeah, once you got to the place, then you had to unpack it, drop all but 3, repack it, drop those, load 3, repack.
Load 3, pack it, yeah. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass, but you could do multiple with one thing that way.
What was I going to do? Where'd that mission go? This one. Which requires me to go to Black River, if I remember right. Yep, there it was. I'm gonna run and do Lost Container real fast. Do, do, do. Woo! Quick, get it over my center. Yay! Now what do we got? Okay, so that one is to Drummond Island. All mediums. If I remember right, you can't get mediums there. You can only get the longs.
Where? Drummond?
Yeah.
Yeah, Drummond is long logs only. Which is one of the things I don't like about the logging ones is you have to go all over the goddamn map to bring them there.
Yeah. Basically, they're a little piece of mud runners thrown in.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Customize frame add-ons. Medium log frame install. take all these to Drummond Island, which is gonna be up there. Down here. This way and this way. Up here. And after that, it's basically just follow the road. Alright, so I'm going to make a run for 8 at the island.
Mm-hmm.
Which is all medium logs to Drummond Island. I'm going to attempt to do it in one shot by doing what you were doing and skull dragging a second truck with me.
Okay, that's interesting.
What's that?
I only delivered 2 things of logs, but it counted them as all 3.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, raised suspension on the Western Star with a medium log carrier might not have been the brightest of ideas. Holy fuck, is this thing tipsy. Oof.
Oh, fucking come on. Diff lock, low gear, that. No, I could understand this guy's driveway being a low spot and flooding out. But if he's got this many fucking high spots in it. It's gonna be a fucking bitch to drive down even when it's not flooded.
Yeah.
And going as fast as it did when I had the fucking modded P12s and was trying to do this.
Yeah. Also didn't help it with those. We almost never had to stop and get fuel.
Yeah.
With their 200 whatever gallon fucking tanks.
And there's slightly better fuel economies.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a lot better, but yeah.
There's like half a gallon to a gallon better a minute. Which makes a difference.
Yeah. But it was mostly the capacity that was the fucking great thing. Oh, shit, fuck. Wow. My trailer about passed me.
Oh shit.
The problem was, at the same time the trailer broke free, my truck's back end broke free, so there was like zero control there for a minute.
I know the feeling.
Gentle, stop it. Stop it. The fucking trailer's what's whipping my back end around.
I just got lucky the time that happened to me. I was on flat ground.
I'm in narrow passages, so it's not going very well.
I can imagine.
Thankfully, since I got 3 logs out of 2 trailers, the first run around, I just took the second truck, drove it up to where it needed to be, and then recovered it. So I only have to take the first truck now.
Nice.
Which I think that's why all of a sudden this trailer being empty, it's swinging all over the place, because it never did that on the way up here.
Yeah.
The first time.
Oop. My other truck locked and low. Is that the issue?
Probably.
No. It's an automatic. Just has all-wheel drive.
Hmm.
Nope. God damn it. Keep pushing the map button when I mean to push the fucking actions button.
Yeah, I keep accidentally pushing the handbrake when I'm meaning to push the functions button.
Wrong button again.
No, no, fuck. It winched to the wrong thing. Oh. I better call it a night and try and get a hold of my fucking sister, see if she's gonna go in the morning or not.
Oogadook.
I'll let you know in the morning for sure what's going on. Or one of them is gonna give me a ride in the morning, or give me a go in the afternoon.
Oogadook.
Because nobody's wanting to answer me. Yeah, I better take off. Because if I am leaving in the morning, I want to leave by 8.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll let you go for now, and like I said, I'll let you know tomorrow what the deal is.
Oogadook.
Alright. Talk to you later.
Yep. Well, at least most of the logs are fucking kicked down out of the way now. I think we'll call that good. Leave these trucks here ready to go. Hopefully my logs don't disappear. I'll be pissed when I get on next, but I think we'll call that good for the night.